அகிலம் முழுதும் அணைத்து கொண்டாய் வீர நரேந்திரா விவேகானந்தா சரணம் சரணம் குருநாதா இந்து மதத்தின் இணையற்ற பெருமை இவ்வுலகெங்கும் பரவ செய்தாய் இணையற்ற பெருமை இவ்வுலகெங்கும் பரவ செய்தாய் இப்புவி மக்கள் ஏற்புடன் வாழ இப்புவி மக்கள் ஏற்புடன் வாழ இறையருள் ஒன்றே வழி என்றாய் வீர நரேந்திரா விவேகானந்தா சரணம் சரணம் குருநாதா மனதின் ஆற்றல் மலையினும் பெரிதென ஆந்தர்களை நீ உணரச் செய்தாய் தூய்மையும் தொண்டும் இரு கண்களென திக்கெட்டும் நீ முரசறைந்தாய் வீர நரேந்திரா விவேகானந்தா சரணம் சரணம் குருநாதா மனதின் ஆற்றல் மலையினும் பெரிதென மாந்தர்களை நீ உணரச் செய்தாய் தூய்மையும் தொண்டும் இரு கண்களென தூய்மையும் தொண்டும் இரு கண்களென
a pleasant good morning. Swami Vivekananda's The Work Before Us. The problem of life is becoming deeper and broader every day as the world moves on. The solution of any problem can never be attained on racial or national or narrow grounds. Every idea has to become broad till it covers the whole of this world. Every aspiration must go on increasing till it has engulfed the whole of humanity. This will explain why our country for the last few centuries has not been what she was in the past. We find that one of the causes which led to the degeneration was the narrowing of our view, narrowing the scope of our actions. A broader and more generous conception of life is before us. To become broad, to go out, to amalgamate, to universalize is the end of our aims. The first manifest effect of life is expansion. The moment you have ceased to expand, danger is ahead. With all my love for India and with all my patriotism and veneration for the ancients, I cannot but think that we have to learn many things from other nations. At the same time, we must not forget that we have also to teach a great lesson to the world. The gift of India is the gift of religion and philosophy, and wisdom and spirituality. Wisdom and philosophy do not march with violence, but come on the wings of peace and love, like the gentle dew that falls unseen and unheard, and yet brings into blossom the fairest of roses, has been the contribution of India to the thought of the world. Silent, unperceived, yet omnipotent in its effect, it has revolutionized the thought of the world, yet nobody knows when it did so. Indian thought, philosophical and spiritual, must once more go over and conquer the world. This is the great ideal before us, and everyone must be ready for it. Love must conquer hatred. Hatred cannot conquer itself. Materialism and all its miseries can never be conquered by materialism. Where are the men who are ready to sacrifice everything so that this message shall reach every corner of the world? Such heroic souls are wanted to help the spread of truth. Brave, bold men, these are what we want. What we want is vigor in the blood, strength in the nerves, iron muscles and nerves of steel, not softening namby-pamby ideas. Mystery mongering and superstition are always signs of weakness. Beware of them. Be strong and stand on your own feet. All power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in that. Do not believe that you're weak. Stand up and express the divinity within you. Up, India, and conquer the world with your spirituality. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. The future of India. This is the ancient land where wisdom made its home before it went into any other country. Here is the same India whose soul has been trodden by the feet of the greatest sages that ever lived. This is the land from whence, like tidal waves, spirituality and philosophy have again and again rushed out and deluged the world. And this is the land from whence once more such tides must proceed in order to bring life and vigor into the decaying races of mankind. Out of the past is built the future. Look back, therefore, as far as you can. Drink deep of the eternal fountains that are behind. And after that, look forward, march forward, and make India brighter, greater, much higher than she ever was. The problems in India are more complicated, more momentous than the problems in any other country. Race, religion, language, government, all these together make a nation. The one common ground that we have is our sacred tradition, and upon that we shall have to build. The unity in religion is absolutely necessary as the first condition of the future of India. What we want is to bring out the life-giving common principles of our religion and let every man, woman and child throughout the length and breadth of this country understand them, know them and try to bring them out in their lives. Racial difficulties, linguistic difficulties, social difficulties, national difficulties all melt away before this unifying power of religion. Our lifeblood is spirituality. If it flows clear, if it flows strong and pure and vigorous, everything is right. Political, social and any other material defects, even the poverty of the land will all be cured if that blood is pure. The future of India depends entirely upon the accumulation of willpower, coordination, bringing them all as it were into one focus. We must have a hold on the spiritual and secular education of the nation. Till then, there is no salvation for the race. Education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain and runs riot there, undigested all your life. We must have life-building, man-making, character-making assimilation of ideas. If you have assimilated 5 ideas and made them your life and character, you have more education than any man who has got by heart a whole library. Rouse yourselves, therefore, for life is short and there are great works to be done. A far greater work is the sacrifice of yourselves for the benefit of your race, for the welfare of humanity. Let us take up a great ideal and give up a whole life to it. Let this be our determination, and may the Lord bless us and lead us all to the fulfillment of our aims. Thank you.
Good morning to all. My topic is Indian Spiritual Thought by Swamiji. My mission in life is to rouse the struggle in you. Always remember that our backbone is spirituality. Whereas in every other country, the power of the soul is entirely ignored and the soul is thought of as almost powerless, weak and inert, we in India consider the soul to be eternal and hold that it will remain perfect through all eternity. It has now become a historical fact that the spiritual ideas of the Indian people travelled towards both the east and the west in days gone by. Everybody knows now how much the world owes to India's spirituality and what a potent factor in the present and past of humanity have been the spiritual powers of India. From the west, we have to learn the sciences of physical nature, while on the other hand, the west has to come to us to learn and assimilate spiritual knowledge. The law of exchange must be applied to the best of our power. If we have to learn from them the ways and methods of making ourselves happy in this life, why, in return, should we not give them the methods and ways that would make them happy for all eternity? Mark you. All the nations of the world have to sit down patiently at the feet of India to learn the eternal truths embodied in her literature. To preach the doctrine of Shraddha or genuine faith is the mission of my life. Let me repeat to you that this faith is one of the potent factors of humanity and of all religions. First, have faith in yourselves. One may be a little bubble and another may be a mountain-high wave. Yet behind both the bubble and the wave, there is the infinite ocean. Therefore, there is hope for everyone. Infinite hope begets infinite aspiration. If that faith comes to us, it will bring back our national life as it was in the days when all our sublime darkness of humanity were preached. Today we are far behind in spiritual insight and spiritual thoughts. It was spiritual greatness that made India the greatest nation of the existing races of the world. And if traditions and hopes are to be believed, those days will come back once more to us, and that depends upon you. Come up, you can do everything and you must do everything. Be steady and above all, be pure and sincere to the backbone. Have faith in your destiny. You are to work out the salvation of India. This is your mission in life. This is my mission in life. I am ready to prove here that throughout the whole of India, there runs a mutual and cordial string of eternal faith in the perfection of humanity, and I believe in it myself. And let that faith be spread over the whole land. Thank you.
A pleasant good morning, Swami Vivekananda's India's message to the world. I am grateful to the lands of the West for the many warm hearts that received me with all the love that pure and disinterested souls alone could give. But my life's allegiance is to this, my motherland. And if I add 1,000 lives, every moment of the whole series would be consecrated to your service, my countrymen, my friends. To this land I owe whatever I possess, physical, mental and spiritual. And if I have been successful in anything, the glory is yours. And what a land! Whosoever stands on the sacred land, whether alien or a child of the soil, feels himself surrounded by the living thoughts of earth's best and purest sons, who have been working to raise the animal to the divine through centuries, whose beginning history fails to trace. This land is sacred to philosophy, to ethics, and the very air is full of pulsations of spirituality. Here, in this ocean of humanity, amidst the sharp interactions of strong current of pleasure and pain, of strength and weakness, of wealth and poverty, of joy and sorrow, in the melting rhythm of eternal peace and calmness, arose the throne of renunciation. Here in this land, the great problems of life and death were first grappled with and solved. Here alone, the human soul studied, the human heart expanded till it included not only the humans, but birds, beasts, and plants, from the highest gods to grains of sand. And here alone the human soul studied the universe as one unbroken unity, whose every pulse was his own pulse. I stand in awe before the unbroken procession of scores of shining centuries, whose beginning history fails to trace, with here and there a dim link in the chain, only to flare up with added brilliance in the next. There she is walking with her own majestic steps, my motherland, to fulfill a glorious destiny. Race after race has taken the challenge up and tried the utmost to solve the question of whether peace will survive or war, whether patience will survive or non-forbearance, whether goodness will survive or wickedness, whether muscle will survive or brain, whether worldliness will survive or spirituality. We have solved our problems ages ago and held on to it. Our solution is unworldliness and renunciation. This is the theme of the Indian life, the backbone of our existence, the foundation of our being, the spiritualization of the human race. Her influence has always fallen upon the world like that of the gentle dew, unheard and scarcely marked, yet bringing into the bloom the fairest flowers of the earth. The only condition of national life, of awakened and vigorous national life, is the conquest of the world by the Indian thought. Onward, my brethren, summon all your energies and set yourselves to work heart and soul. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am here to recite on the topic Modern India. Piercing through mass of whatever, good or evil there may be, is seen rising, sure the emblem of India's future prosperity. As a result of the action and reaction between her own old nation ideals on the one hand, and the newly introduced strange ideals of the foreign nation on the other, she is slowly and gently awakening from a long deep sleep. As a result of this little awakening is the appearance of free and independent thought in modern India. On one side is modern Western science, dazzling the eyes with the brilliance of married sense, and on the other are the hopeful and strengthening traditions of our ancient forefathers. On one side, rank materialism and intense sense pursuits have caused tremendous chill. On the other, she hears the heart-rending cries of her ancient gods cutting her to the quick. There lie before her various strange luxuries introduced from the West. Well-served food, splendid apparel, new manners, new fashions, all arousing unfulfilled desires. Oh India, this is your terrible danger. The spell of imitating the West is getting such a strong hold upon you that what is good or what is bad is no longer decided by reason, judgment, or discrimination. Oh India, with this mere echoing of others, with this base imitation of others, would thou scale the highest pinnacle of civilization and greatness? The ideal of thy womanhood is Sita, Savitri, Damayanti. Forget not that the thy wealth and thy life are not for sense pleasure, are not for thy individual personal happiness. Forget not that thou art born as a sacrifice to the mother's altar. Forget not that the lower classes, the ignorant, the poor, the illiterate, the sweeper, the cobbler are thy flesh and blood, thy brothers. The ignorant Indian, the poor and destitute Indian is my brother. India's society is the cradle of my infancy, the pleasure garden of my youth. The soil of India is my highest heaven. The good of India is my good. Repeat and pray day and night. O thou, mother of strength, take away my weakness, take away my unmanliness, and make me a man. Thank you all.